What's up, everybody? Brian Silva, How to Be a PJ. Today, we're going to talk about what you should be thinking about while you're training. So this is really important because this really makes one person versus the other train hard. I use this technique a lot when I was training to begin with. A lot of my reasons, if you go back to some of my previous podcasts for joining the military in general and specifically joining for pararescue, was that I encountered a lot of times where babies that were turning blue and they weren't breathing, I had no idea what to do, and I felt terrible for being in that position, and I felt weak and powerless. And I know that there are people out there who knew what to do, and I wanted to be one of those people. And there were other times when family members that were near to me were having incidents with, heart issues and other issues, and I felt like I should be able to take care of these things. Not only that, but I had very limited experience in my life being outdoors, being in charge of, teams or people or anything else like that. That wasn't part of how my family was oriented, and we didn't do a lot besides, just hang out with my cousins and ride bikes, that kind of stuff. So I wanted to step outside my comfort zone, and I wanted to be a person who was responsible for helping others. What I've come to find out is, this is called being an adult. And I really longed to be that kind of person who felt like, people can come up to and they would feel like they can trust the advice that I give, that they trust me, and that they know I'm going to be competent enough to do whatever is necessary. That thing that you should be thinking about whenever you are in some kind of a tough workout is, am I doing enough to not only bring my patient home, but also myself and my teammates? Of course, the first people that you need to bring home are your teammates. That's what we all signed up for, and that's what we focus on. We're spending all this time. We know their family. We know their kids. We know everyone else. And anytime we all step out the door and jump on that plane to go to wherever we're going to go, they all wave goodbye to us, and we're giving each other hugs because we're a family, we're a team, and they know that I'm going to do anything that I can possibly do to make sure that every single person comes home alive. And that builds a huge trust. When you see a dude that's on your team and they're not working out in the gym, or they're not, spending time with the rest of the guys, they're not putting forth as much effort as somebody else, you're going to want the guy that's in the gym or studying or working on his rope shooting, whatever it is, constantly to be on your team. You're not going to want that person who's just been kicking his feet up on the desk watching Step Brothers for the past freaking, couple weeks or whatever. You want a person that is motivated and is going to be able to fill in the gaps if you have any gaps, because nobody's 100% perfect. Some people are better at ropes. Some people are better at shooting. Some people are better at skydiving, whatever it is. We're all a team. We need to use each other's strengths. So when you're going for training in any of these career fields, TACP, CCT, PJ, whatever it is, what you should be thinking about is, how much does it take? And are you going to be comfortable with the amount that you put in? Or are you going to be lacking whenever it comes time to actually perform the task? Even if it is that selection, you don't want to be that last guy, because everything that happens at selection, everyone remembers for the rest of your career. I remember every single person that I trusted in, and they made it so far and then they quit. Think about those things whenever you're in the gym. Have you done enough to feel comfortable that you can tell whoever's family, if you make it back and someone else doesn't make it back, that you did everything in your power to make sure that they were able to come home? Because you don't want to live with that kind of regret. I know it gets a little bit heavy on that, but it literally was, and still to this day, I still think about that. Am I going to be able to defend my family? Am I going to be able to defend the people that I work with if there is anything that ends up happening? Am I strong enough to carry someone out of the building if there's a fire, if there's something else? It's being a PJ is not a contract. As you're a PJ, then you're done. You can just sign your papers and you don't have to have any responsibilities for the rest of your life. People are going to look up to you for the rest of your life, and not only that, you should expect you to be able to do these things that you've always done. Stay in shape, keep your mind sharp, continue to grow, continue to expand your horizons and learn better things. That way you can help more people. That's what it's all about, and that's why we signed up to be PJs. So the thing that I want you to think about as far as your goal, this is not a specific goal, so to speak, but I want you to think about this as you're working out. If you had a buddy that was wounded and could not walk anymore, or you had to carry someone out, a patient or any of that kind of stuff, how far do you think that you could take that person? If the landing zone was 10 miles away, if the landing zone was 20 miles away, 30 miles away, have you done everything that you could in order to make sure that person gets home? And I want you to think about that for the rest of the week while you're doing your workouts. I think it'll have a big impact on the way that you view working out. You know, those extra sets where you're just like, well, I'm kind of running out of time. Maybe I'll just skimp a little bit and not finish these extra sets. Maybe I'll just, wake up a little bit later and then I don't have to work out as much, whatever it is. I think it'll change the way that you guys view that. So again, let me know what you think. I appreciate y'all viewing, and let me know if you have any questions. Always here for you. Later.